body, baby, show me.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I got some boxes for the truck in today. So I talked about this briefly on on Twitter, I believe, that I had some stuff coming for the truck and I wanted to do some more. I wanted to go ahead and get stuff on its way for the new exhaust setup. Well, we got two boxes here. One of them is going to be the mid pipe and one's going to be the tips. Probably going to show off what tips I went with. In case you guys are new to the channel for whatever reason, there's my mom's car. I'm just checking to see if my camera's still recording. Here's my truck, the 03 Explorer. So I've had pretty much a bone stock exhaust setup on this thing for the last, well, forever, minus Flowmaster muffler that was put in 2017. And I like it how it sits. I do like the sound, but I wanted more volume, and I wanted to pretty much have my dream setup on this truck. Now, if it were up to me and I was able to replace everything, I'd probably be going with pipes and 80 mufflers or Borla attacks, something of that nature. Because I don't know, I'm not too big on the tin candy trying to impersonate a V8 sound. I want to kind of be proud of what I have, so I would love to go. I would have gone with a straight through muffler like a pipes M80, or heck, even just gotten the Mustang GT exhaust, so the GT500 mufflers, and welded those in there. But this exhaust setup that's on the truck was a gift from my uncle, and I didn't want to tear that apart. I didn't want to completely void all the money he spent on getting it put together. Pretty much all he did was we had a muffler and tip put on it, but that's still, you know, probably several $100s he spent just to get that possible. So I'm not about to desecrate what he did for me and for what this truck, for what he did for this truck. So instead of replacing the setup, I'm going to add on to it and make it better. So you're probably going to give me questions right now. Why is there a temp plate on the truck? I've got something on the way that I've been wanting to do this truck since I got it, and I'm really excited to do it now. I'm finally getting a custom plate made for the truck, and that should be here hopefully within a couple weeks. That's why it's on a temp tag. So before I get comments, oh, did you sell the truck? Did someone buy your truck? No, I put a temp tag on it because I have a custom plate on the way. So clean, truck is clean, kind of. I just washed it last night, but of course it sits outside, so it never stays clean all that long. But we're going to go ahead and go and unbox this new exhaust setup. Again, just checking, make sure it's recording. So, another thing, key is broken. Thermostat got stuck, so that's fun. So now we're going to go ahead and unbox the exhaust setup. So of course, oh, neighbor's got his bike running. Blacked out my address, all junk. This one's already halfway open, so I'm not even going to need my key to cut this open like I usually do to get into this. So what do we have in this box? Okay, so this is a lighter box. I believe this is going to be one of the tips. So set that off to the side. We'll open the bigger box and actually pay attention to what's in here first. Be nice if I had a bench right now, put everything on. My dad usually has like a little makeshift bench, but he doesn't have it up right now because it's just some sawhorses and some wood. Well, that didn't end well. That hurt. Okay, so, okay, these are the tips. These are definitely the tips. So, we're going to go ahead and pop open this little white box here first, which should have the mid pipe on here, which is also partially opened. Okay, that's not a bike, that's a pressure washer. See my truck's reflection from the Kia's paint. That's pretty interesting. Interesting way to look at it. Okay, so I actually had one of these for Christmas last year, but around the time I was planning on selling the truck due to the transmission failure. So I returned that, but I wound up getting the same exact part. So this is a True Flow polished 2.25 diameter X pipe. If I can actually get it out of here. It's this wrap is like tough on this. Welds look pretty good. They are a lot better than the welds on the headers, so at least there's that. Which I'm gonna have to get repaired before I even put them in, just due to that fact alone that the welds are so bad on them. There you go. So this is the True Flow X pipe. Like I said, it's 2.25 inch diameter. I'm sticking with the stock diameter on the piping, just to make swapping over with the other Flowmaster easier, because we are using that same muffler. So it's going to be a dual setup. That's why I have the X pipe versus an H pipe or another Y pipe. This is also going to serve as a mid-cat delete since the truck does come with 4 cats. I'm still going to have the factory ones on the headers, but that way I can still pass emissions in the state of Georgia because that's a mess, and I don't feel like, you know, having to like find somebody to pass me or whatever, do sorts of illegal shenanigans to just get my truck to pass. So there's the X pipe. So now we should have the tips in this box. I'm going to open it from this way since the box is already torn up. Like this. Oh yeah. These are... Well, here we go. Oh, covered in bubble wrap. You get the bubble wrap opened. So we've got 2 powder-coated black 3 1/4 inch round exhaust tips. And these are also 2 1/4 inch inlet here. So these are actually meant for diesels. So we're gonna have to do some sort of like pipe work to make it to where only like about right here sticks out of the truck. Looks good. I really like the quality. I'm probably going to test fit it on the X pipe, make sure that it is indeed 2 1/4 inch, because these are both 2 1/4 inch diameter. So by rule of thumb, in which they are the exact same. So maybe I should have gotten a bigger inlet, but everything seems to be okay. But yeah, that's one of the tips. Looks great. I was thinking about getting the Corsa tips originally just because I really like Corsa exhaust setups, and as much as it isn't a Corsa, I would love to rep a Corsa product on the truck. But those were super expensive and they weren't made in that 2 1/4 inch inlet to allow it to be installed. So, yep, that's one of the tips. That's a, for trucks, obviously, I guess it's something important. So now we get the other box. And we can see the other tip, which should look the exact same. Yep, sure it is. So, here we are. Same part number, YG701. Same 3 1/2 inch round tip. 2 1/4 inch inlet. We got our second tip. So, yeah, it's going to look great. I can't wait to have these on the truck. It's going to look wild with the new setup. It's going to look a whole lot better than it does right now. The tip that's on it is silver, or it was polished when I got it, when the setup was first installed. But tar and road grime, all that stuff has stained it and destroyed it, so this will be good to move to a cleaner, more, I guess you could say, like harder to dirty up setup. Obviously dirt and stuff, I'll wash it, of course, whenever the truck gets washed. These will get cleaned up good. But yeah, the tip that's on it right now, the single setup, is quite dirty. So that's why I was like really keen to get black tips whenever I redid the exhaust setup. I was going to do quad originally, but I changed my mind. I wanted to do more of just a standard dual tip exit. I feel like that quad tips on that truck would not look right whatsoever. So, well, I guess there's only one thing left to do. I can't like show what the X pipe would look like on the truck, but I can show the tips. So I'm gonna grab one simply because I can't hold 2 tips up at the same time with the distance I'd want to have apart with them. So the problem with these trucks is the fuel tank location and the spare tire location makes it really hard to do straight out the back due to the fact that to make sure it clears the spare. That's another reason why I stuck with 2 1/4 inch. It was so I could, you want to make that actually fit. So the problem is the tips are going to be really far apart. We're sitting like right about here. That's probably about to be where this left tip's going to have to sit. So it clears the spare tire setup, kinda. And that way we can do it right. So that's kind of your general idea of how it would look. I honestly can't wait to put it on. I'm not going to set these on the ground because these are nice and I don't want to damage them up pretty bad. But truck's good to go. Fortunately, it did not make it a caffeine octane because I'm uploading this on Monday. So you guys have already been to caffeine and octane if you lived in Atlanta. So this probably did not go because I'm an idiot and didn't order my tire on Wednesday when I ordered all this stuff. I had prime shipping on this originally, but it wound up coming in today instead of Friday, simply because they said it'd be in fewer packages when really it wasn't. It was just it was 2 boxes anyway. So I really don't know why I optioned that. Instead, I should have just done it where they were here Friday. So it'd be nice not to carry in 6 boxes for once. But yeah, that's the new exhaust setup. I'm really excited to put that on the truck. It's gonna be great. It's gonna look awesome. I really can't wait. So hopefully that'll be happening in the next couple of weeks. You're probably wondering, where's the other muffler? I haven't ordered the other Flowmaster yet because it's $100 on its own. This was $67 to get all of this here, so not bad. Of course, obviously, there's going to be some pipe extensions to go with the X pipe, and obviously to get to the Flowmasters and to the tips here. But I'm really excited. It's going to be awesome. It's going to sound pretty good, hopefully. I'm really worried about rasp, but if there's a lot of rasp on it, I'm probably am going to just throw some resonators in eventually to quiet that down, because that's why I got the X pipe. Everyone says that X pipes don't create rasp, or don't have as much rasp as say an H pipe, or especially a Y pipe. So, and especially a true dual setup where there is no mid pipe scavenging going on. So that's why I wanted the X pipe, was to make sure that that did not sound like crap. So, last thing I'm going to do, one thing I haven't done yet actually, since I believe March, was show you guys the headers. So I'm going to pull them out and we're going to set them up kind of like how it would look. I'm really excited for that, and so I can get a thumbnail. So there you go. That's kind of a brief synopsis with all the pipe extensions and the mufflers, the exhaust setup. So that's pretty cool. I'm really happy about that. It looks great. So that's the setup, guys. Hope you guys are excited as I am to get everything put on. Like I said, I don't have a time frame on it. I'm still waiting to get the rest of the money to do all the necessary repairs that the truck needs. The steering rack needs to be replaced. I need to replace the front right tire, which is what I should have ordered Wednesday alongside all this, but my dumb self didn't. And then we're going to have to do the exhaust setup after all that. It's kind of taking a really big backseat to everything. So luckily for me, I'm just going to put all this in the same box the headers are in. So anyway, guys, that does it. Thank you all again for watching, and I hope you guys are excited for the new setup. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good one.